This is the Entrepreneur Unleashed Show, episode 85 with Isabelle Mercier. Hi, I'm Patty Keating, and I believe entrepreneurs are the future of the world. Over the past 2 decades, I've built 4 businesses in alignment with my values, giving me the freedom to live where I want and do what I love. I'm here to tell you that creating your successful business does not require struggle or sacrifice. So, how do you create the lifestyle business you love doing only what you love? Welcome to the Entrepreneur Unleashed podcast. Hello and welcome. I'm recording this episode from my home office during self-quarantine as we were all asked to stay home due to the coronavirus. If you like what you hear and you'd like to hear more, please join me in my Facebook group. It's called the Unleashed Entrepreneurs. You can search that on Facebook. Come on over. It's a community of thriving entrepreneurs making a difference in the world, doing what they love, and changing lives. Hope to see you there. Enjoy the show. I'm thrilled to bring you Isabelle Mercier today. She is a no-nonsense dynamo, born to catapult heart-centered entrepreneurs and business leaders to build impactful brands, businesses, and lives. As one of North America's top business influencers, best-selling author, 2 times TEDx speaker with more than 2.5 million views, and TV host, Isabelle's sole purpose is to empower change and growth through business strategies, performance coaching, and brand alignment. Isabelle teaches how to grow businesses and brands that are designed to thrive in any economy by being and remaining the first, the best, or the only. Isabelle, hello.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here with us. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Would you like to add anything to the introduction I gave?
I think that was very complete. I mean, there's so much more that could be added, but
Right.
I think it actually, it's well-rounded right there.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, let's dive in. What inspired you to start your business?
Oh, you know what? First of all, I was raised in a hairdresser salon. So I was raised in a family of entrepreneurs. There's a lot of people in my family that are entrepreneurs, and they all have hairdresser salons, and they're all in the crazy lid business. And I was raised with my mom, and she taught me how to create an outstanding experience for ourselves, and of course for our clients, right? Her clients at the time that I worked there, so like our clients. And when I went out into the world, I was like, wow, this is not good. There's a lot of bad experiences out there, and there's a lot of people that are operating not with love and intention and attention. And I made it my life's purpose to literally selfishly to build better experiences out there so I can experience better experiences, but for other people as well, truly to make sure that the businesses that are being built are being built to make life better, not more frustrating.
Yes.
I think that's what, I remember being small, like tiny, and just going to a store going, what is this? Why aren't you connecting with me? I'm at the counter and you're just chewing bubble gum, like what is wrong with you? That's kind of how it started.
You just always had it in you, right? Like, how can I make it better? That's a great question, right? To be asking yourself constantly.
And that's truly what my company is based upon. We help entrepreneurs position themselves as the first, the best, or the only by positioning them as they make life better. Because ultimately, why do you have a business? Why do you want a business? Why don't you just want to go work for someone else? No, because you want to do it for yourself. You don't want to have a low ceiling on your head, right? You want to be able to grow however you want, but mainly because you have a passion for something. You want to make life better. And that's the whole premise of Leap Zone.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So you started your business. What kind of challenges showed up for you along the way?
Wow. Many, we initially, when I started my first business, we were right out of our teens. I say we, my partner and I, Margarita. And we grew really fast. And we became one of the most awarded branding agency in Canada really fast. And we went from 0 to 22 employees within a very short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you, I did not go to leadership academy school, right? I literally had to learn how to not only be the best that I am supposed to be at what I do, but also now be really a good leader and learn how to be managing people, managing projects, managing money, managing clients, and managing prospects at the same time as, feeling fulfilled. And so, the challenge for us entrepreneurs in a service business is we start in our business with the very thing we love to do. So if you love to design websites, or if you love to coach, if you love to do the thing you love to do, but eventually as you grow, you need to step out of that role to build the infrastructure of your business so that you can come back to that role and still know that the business will run. Because a lot of people say they have a business, but they have a business name. If you can't walk away from your business for a month, 2 months, 3 months without it crumbling, you don't have a business. You're self-employed. There's nothing wrong with that, but you don't have a business. You're on your way to creating a business. But there's a difference between having a business name and being self-employed versus having a business that will continue to grow, whether you're working 10 hours a day or not. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're faced with this exponential growth. You are now a leader in your business and, unprepared, right? For what has been presented to you. How did you move through that?
Coaching, I have to say, I hired an amazing coach. And for those of you out there that are in business without a coach, I highly recommend that. Truly, we're a couplepreneur as well, right? So when you're an entrepreneur, already there's a degree of difficulty. An entrepreneur in a service-based business, which I call a genius-based business, add on difficulty. Be a couplepreneur on top of that, recipe for disaster. And so we hired a coach, and we were coached literally from our first year in business all the way to now. We've been in business almost 30 years. And I think we've been 2 years out of those 30 non-coach. One, I had sold my company and I was on a year off. So I took a break. And then my first year coming back into a new business, Leap Zone, from the previous business, I thought, I'm gonna do this. I know I've been coached so many years. I know it's not about you knowing, it's about you being supported. And I spent 1 year basically in business without being coached. I will never do that again. Yeah. So, we hired a coach. Because when you have a coach and you have a third person, you're not only working on the urgent and important. As we work in our business, we tend to work on what's urgent. And then there's so many things that are urgent that we never have time for what's important. Unfortunately, we're working solely on what's urgent all the time. You're going to build an architecture for disaster, an architecture that's going to dim your bulb, an architecture that's going to eventually have you hate your business and wonder if you hate what you do. And it's not that you hate what you do. It's that you're not organized and systematized to do it in a way that's going to propel you forward.
Absolutely. So would you say the biggest lesson you learned in that was the power of having a coach?
Oh my God, it definitely is one of, hands down. I mean, for us not having had a coach, we would not be where we are today, no doubt about that. Yeah. And we've been coached since the very beginning. And I think as we were talking about earlier around, when you're in a service-based business, Then you have, you're an entrepreneur. Then you have the layer of, for us, we're a couplepreneur. So had it not been for coaching, one, I'm sure we would not, we've been together almost 30 years. I'm sure that would not be a phrase I would be able to say if we didn't have a coach, because truly, the coach helps in working on things that are important, not just urgent. Because without a coach, left to your own device, it's about, you're going to be working on the things that are urgent.
Yeah.
And they're urgent and important, of course.
Yeah.
But the key to building a business that's going to make it and sustain itself in the 6 and 7 and 8 figures is the work that you do on the architecture of it, the work that you do on the things that are important but not urgent.
Yes.
And that's what, to me, had it not been for coaching and hand holding and keeping me focused like everybody else, I would have spent a lot of time on urgent and important versus important for scaling and growing. Right?
Yes. Yes. So tell us, let's fast forward to now. What are you passionate about right now?
I am truly still very passionate about helping entrepreneurs freaking build businesses that will stand the test of change. And by that, I mean brands that make life, that are designed to make life better, businesses that are architecturalized to thrive in any economy. And that requires the right positioning, the right personality, and the right performance, right? The right ingredients organized in an intelligent order. But truly, lately I talk a lot about positioning, because positioning is to your business what a heartbeat is to the body.
Yeah.
No heartbeat, no life. No positioning, no business growth. Mm-hmm. And truly right now, we're building programs. We're actually creating a platform called the Leap Zone Learning Lab, and where we're going to have a lot of different programs and different educational based pieces, master classes and webinars, to literally talk about all of the important aspects of positioning, the important aspects of branding and personality, and the important aspects of performance. Because there are 8 key, and I'm not going to review all the 8 key areas, but there are 8 key areas for growth in a business. Brand and culture is one of them. Mindset and inner game is another. Money and KPI, and there's sales and marketing. All of those aspects of your business, if 1 or 2 of those are what we call bleeding arteries, you are going to feel it. You're going to feel it in your business. And the key is to elevate all these areas all the time, little bit every year, with new growth, new goals, new objectives. And truly, that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about building brands and businesses that make life better, but that are also architecturalized, not only to make life better to clients and prospects, everyone, your team, yourself, right? And that's what I'm passionate about.
Oh, that's awesome. So what's your vision for the next 5 years?
The next 5 years, I'm going to definitely build a little mini online empire. That's what I'm doing right now. I want to actually we have clients all over the world, and I want to reach more clients in different parts of the world, because there are small business owners everywhere. And now with COVID and the ripples of COVID, because you might be listening to this interview 5 years from now. Let's just put it this way: life will never be the same. So for me, I really want to do a lot more virtual. We've been operating virtually for 15, 20 years, but we have a retreat center and we have retreats that we do live. And I want to find ways to deliver. And of course I've been delivering retreats virtually, but I want to find ways to be in people's living rooms and offices and computers and laptops in a fun and entertaining way, so that business building can be fun again.
Yes, I love that.
That's what I'm about right now. And we're building different coaches. We have a certification program for coaches that want to coach, but don't have their own methodology and they want to utilize our own. So all of that. But truly, I just want to make life better all around.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your growth in this experience of building your business. What's the best advice you ever received?
The best advice I've ever received is treat yourself like your own best client. So the biggest thing that we don't do is we don't treat, as entrepreneurs, and I put myself in that, I'm not above any of this, is we don't treat ourselves like we would $1 million client. When we have $1 million client, we're there for them, we work with them, we work at elevating, we do plans and we strategize. And why is it that we don't do that for ourselves, right? So I put myself, my business, on my own client production board, and I call it, we are our best $1 million client. We treat ourselves like we would $1 million client. And then it allows us to work on our own business, do the renovations and the elevations that we do for people all the time. We just need to do it for ourselves as well. And we obligate ourselves to do that because we are a client on our production board.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That's awesome.
Well, that's allowed me to go from, 5 to 6 to 7 figure and on to, in the next years here, 8,
Yeah. So what personal growth have you experienced on this journey?
Patience. Patience, which is not my thing. A few things for me. Patience has definitely been one of them. Communicating in a way that more people hear has been another big learning curve for me. I'm a great communicator. So I've been told, and I've worked a lot on communication over the years. I'm dyslexic. I'm English as a second language. So I've had some big mounds, big Everest to surmount along the way. And I'm also a badass, right? I say it like it is. I'm French, Quebecer French of all French. So white gloves, I don't own. And a lot of people go, oh, I should have taken the sugar-coated version. And I go, that was the sugar-coated version. But I've learned through coaching, through my relationship with Margarita, through my relationship with employees, I've learned to better communicate so that I feel like communicating intelligently and communicating clearly is being kind. And clear communication is absolutely key if you want to grow anything. Yeah. And learning to speak in a way that is true to me, yet will land in a way that will be constructive. That has been a big lesson for me. Also, another lesson for me personally has been to really be able to communicate what I love, what I don't love, and what I hate. And with my team, I can do that with my clients, but with my team, you want to communicate in a way that is going to empower people and it's going to get them to be better. But there are times it's goddamn frustrating. And I'm like, oh my God, I just want to punch a wall right now. And it's just part of the whole learning process of hiring slow and firing fast. Yes. Most people hire fast and fire slow, right? And it's been a lot around owning what I want and what I don't want, and also communicating it in a way that everybody wins.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a life lesson for everyone.
Yeah.
What about tools and resources that you use? What kind of gadgets or tools do you use to make life easier?
Oh yeah, I have a bunch. I'm a huge techie. I love technology to simplify things. I use a tool called Voxer. And Voxer is that tool as well. Voxer is a tool that allows me to basically communicate without having to write anything. We have Voxer pods within my team. And in fact, because we are virtual, we've been virtual for many years. people with Voxer pods, we have a pod that's called the Leap Zone team, and every week we communicate our appreciation, and we talk to each other like we're at the office at the water cooler, you know. So
yeah, that's cool.
Voxer has been epic for me. Another tool is Snagit. Snagit is from Screencast. Screencast, a great company. They allow me to do presentation on my screen. Basically, it records my screen and my voice, and I present all my proposals that way. I give feedback to my team that way. We have a tremendous operationals manual, and everything is documented. This is the sound of Voxer. Everything is documented by audio and visual, and we record everything so that we don't have, I believe in doing things well once, not 5 times, right? So if I educate someone on something, why would I not record it so I don't have to do that again, right? So growing a business to 6 and 7 and 8 figure, leveraging your time is key, and Snagit, or a tool that does that, really allows me to do something once and have it evergreen so that I don't have to do it again. So it's all about leverage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another tool as well on my phone. It's called Brain Toss. And Brain Toss, again, because I'm dyslexic, I just want to give an idea. I want to record the idea, and by releasing it, I want it to be in my inbox. I don't want to have to click, 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 and send it to me. So Brain Toss, you can click, speak, click, and then it's automatically in your inbox.
That's nice.
That's amazing. And you can have 2, 3, you can have as many emails as you want. And if you click, speak, click, and hold, it'll ask you which email do you want us to send?
Oh, so you could have a personal and a business.
Super cool. Yeah.
Okay, so what about podcasts, blogs? What resources are you using for your mind and intellect? What do you recommend?
Yeah. Oh my God.
All of it.
Couple of books. Yeah, definitely. One of the best books of all times, in my opinion, is Essentialism from Greg McKeown. Essentialism has basically given me language. I was raised an essentialist, but didn't know it. And when I read that book, I was like, God, wow, this gives me language for how I was raised and how my brain functions. And anyone who's wanting to build a business worth talking about absolutely will be faced with hard priorities, and having to have clear focus, and essentialism is absolute key to do that. Another book is Rethink from the builders of I don't have it with me here, the builders of Signal, what are they, Basecamp and 37 Signals.
Oh yeah,
amazing. It's called Rethink. It's a little black book with a paper all shuffled in the front.
Oh, amazing. I remember that book. Yeah.
Amazing book. Just simple little lessons, and it's perfect for a dyslexic because each chapter is a page or 2, and it's got some really cool supporting illustrations. I mean, it's just an epic for life lessons and business lessons. I think it's an epic book. I also love the podcast, Dare to Lead. What's her name? Brene Brown. I love Brene Brown's podcast. She's the epitome of just jumping in. You can tell she might just be in her pajamas and just doing the, she doesn't feel ever scripted. Even when she read her book on Audible, never felt scripted. I learn a lot just from even listening to her delivery. She inspires me.
Yeah, she comes across as very real and caring.
Very real, very caring. Same thing with Obama. I mean, Michelle Obama, her podcast is new and it's solely on Spotify. Just amazing women that are powerful, vulnerable, that have things that are intelligent and resonating. I resonate with them, which means that I'm going to want to go back and listen, which means I'm going to learn because I go back and listen.
Exactly.
If you don't resonate, you're not, even if it's the great content, if you don't resonate, you're not going to go back,
Yeah,
so
it's not even going to connect with you the first time.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
So looking back, if you were to do all this over again, what would you tell your younger self?
I would say quit worrying so much. I would definitely do that. I would say it will all be epic. Just calm the hell down. Um, I would have said that. I would have said relax. And I would have also said experiment more. Everything I touch, I don't want it on the side of a napkin. Like I want it, like, I wanted to create a new program, but then I decided to create a whole platform because then I thought if I do a program, I'm going to want to do more programs, might as well have the platform. But right. Sometimes it's worth it to just do the program, So I would say create things more with the perspective of it's just an experiment. Let's see how it does, Yeah.
Really cool. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your journey and your wisdom and your fun self with us today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. My pleasure. As always, I think the world of you and your community. And I welcome conversations with you any day.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have you ever wondered what you could do to make your own business and grow it online? Head on over to pattykeating.com and take the entrepreneur code. You'll discover your unique value, your personality style, and how you can combine those two into a thriving business that helps people and lets you make money doing what you love.